You are listening to the Manument Podcast. My name is Casey, and I'm here with my buddy Glenn Johnson, investment advisor and founder of Jabez Financial right here in the Uncasville area. All right, Glenn, I want to start today with listeners might realize, Glenn, that they've done a great job saving, but maybe they haven't thought as much about what comes after their retirement date. And there's an article I read this week that explained this in a really interesting way, and I want to get your thoughts on it. It said that 60% of people who try to escape from prison are caught within the first 24 hours, and 85% are captured within a week. And, you know, I bet you're wondering what that's got to do with retirement. Well, the article said that prison escapes and retirement are very similar. So in prison, inmates are so focused on getting out that they don't really plan much on what happens if they make it out, what they're going to do beyond the prison walls. So in the same vein, many people, while they're working, they're so focused on reaching that retirement finish line, Glenn, that they don't plan for much afterwards, which I'm sure you see all the time. So I'm wondering, what do you think about this comparison, Glenn? Do you think it's accurate? And how do you help your clients plan well past that retirement date, not just to that retirement finish line?
You know, that really is an interesting analogy.
I thought so too.
In fact, you could read a lot into it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pointing out to the similarity in mindset of being so focused on reaching the end of something that you just want to be done with, that there's a lack of preparation for what's to come afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
What you focus on, you get more of. And so you want to focus on what you want and where you're going, because dwelling on the pain of your current circumstances, that doesn't actually get you ahead. It just gets you more of what you've been focusing on.
Yeah, and I like that shift because retirement, it's not just about leaving something. It's not just about leaving your job. It's also about moving towards something, right? Towards something bigger and better and brighter. And I think that's important to remember.
It can be tricky. See, successful financial planning requires knowing what you want your retirement years to actually look like. And that can be challenging because you kind of need to dream again like you did as a child. And sometimes we've gotten so far away from that, we've just been working through the daily grind of life that we've forgotten how to dream. And so we just know I'm looking forward to this to end, but we haven't really been able to articulate exactly what you want your daily routine to look like once you no longer need the job.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a certain element of stress that comes along with any of life's changes. I mean, think about it. Like when you were a young adult, stepping out into the real world on your own for the first time and trying to figure things out and figure out how to support yourself and such, it can be real stressful. And oftentimes people just go about it on their own, saying, I'm an adult now. I no longer need to listen to my parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that feeling. You're like, yeah, I've got this, even when in reality, we actually do not got this, Glenn. And then, of course, hindsight's 20/20 in a situation like that.
Yeah. And boy, if we could only go back and say, and just do some things differently. Well, now you find yourself now in a similar circumstance, in the sense that you're transitioning into the next stage of life. And it's one you've never done before.
Mm-hmm.
And the wisdom we can glean from our past experience about transitioning from one stage of life into the next is the value of getting wise advice from somebody else who's been through it can make all the difference in the world.
All right, so let's talk about that. What are the building blocks that people need to get right first before they head into their retirement?
So the key word in that question was before.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of doing things in the right order. Think of it this way. Like if you're building a table that you got from IKEA, if you don't read the directions and you try to do it because the way you think this will work easier,
mm-hmm.
oftentimes you have to take it back apart again, start over and do it again.
Yeah.
Like anything, doing things in the right order is what matters most. And preparing financially needs to be done in the right order. Like, for example, number one, cash flow. Got to have more than coming in than going out every month. Otherwise, it's just a matter of time and you're broke. Number two, emergency reserves. You've got to have enough cash on hand so when the furnace blows up, you can buy a new one. Three, future income. You have to have established a solid plan of where your lifetime income is going to be coming from. And then number four, then look at your estate. So your matter of enjoying your life as best you can, and then you leave what's left knowing that it gets to where you want it to go. In life, things go a lot easier when you just do things in the right order. For another example, here's one. Number 1, get a job. 2, get married. 3, then have a baby, right? So like get married, then have a baby. But now these days, that's a lot more uncommon than what it used to be. And sometimes we need to back up and start over. And fortunately, when we're young, we've got time to be able to back up and do it again and get back on track. And it's all part of growing up. But the key lesson to learn from all of our life's experience is recognizing that when we have the opportunity to get wise counsel, take it. But later in life, like I said, as you move into retirement, you no longer have that luxury of time of being able to do it over again if we screw things up. It's got to be done right the first time, which is why getting some professional advice is very important.
Well, and that's exactly where somebody like you comes into the picture, right, Glenn?
It really is. Here's the thing. I learn so much from my clients because they've got different experiences than I do. The fact that I have such good relationships with them, I've been able to learn all kinds of things that have made my life better because I've been able to learn from them. And my contribution, what I have to bring to the table, is some financial common sense and a tremendous amount of experience using the financial tools correctly to get people ahead. And that's where I can be of tremendous value to my clients. I mean, shoot, I've helped hundreds of clients through the process. And I've seen such a wide range of circumstances that at this point, I'm sure you can't surprise me. Solving the financial component is definitely a major part of making sure you have the retirement that you want to experience. And making the most out of your retirement, it requires a lot more than what you would initially expect.
And I'm glad you said that because retirement is way more than just the numbers part, but I think that part is often forgotten.
That's right. And see, there's an initial burst of excitement when it comes to retiring. And that's why people will have a retirement party. It's like they finally made it. It's crossing the finish line. This celebrates. It's something to be thoroughly excited about because they have something new to look forward to. But living in retirement it's another thing. In fact, the retirement party is kind of like the wedding. Everyone's excited for you. You're starting a whole new phase of life. But after every wedding comes a marriage. And it can be the best time of your life. But if it's not done right, a bad marriage can be miserable. Right? That's why people oftentimes will get some wise counsel before they get married.
I like that comparison too, Glenn, comparing, getting the financial advice in retirement to getting premarital counseling. I think that's a really great comparison. And I'm wondering if you see people struggle sometimes more with the transition into retirement, that emotional side of it, than actually the financial side.
It's kind of 50-50. And a lot of times people will have a problem and not know it. And that's and that's what's interesting. See, we don't know what we don't know. Sometimes people will be walking in here with all the confidence in the world saying, I've accumulated all this money. Retirement for me has got to be a piece of cake. And then we find out, oh no,
not so fast.
There's yeah, right. Let's get this in order and actually make it right. So you can have a lifetime of retirement that you'll enjoy, not just 6 years.
Yeah.
But then on the emotional side of it, people walk into things that they don't really know what it's actually going to be like. And after the excitement of retirement, the honeymoon season is over from retirement, and now we're actually living life this way. And they're trying to figure out, well, where's my purpose? Where's my value? What am I contributing? And now I'm going to funeral after funeral, and it can be really depressing unless you know what you're headed towards. So whichever season in life you're in, yes, we want to be working it and doing what's right, but we want to be planning and preparing for what's next. And when you're walking into retirement or currently living in retirement, there has to be something that you're looking forward to that you're still contributing towards.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Manument Podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you get your favorite podcasts so that you never miss an episode. And we will see you next time. Take care.
Investment advisory services offered through Jabez Financial, LLC, a registered investment advisor firm. Registration is not an endorsement by securities regulators. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance products, including annuities, offered through Glenn Johnson, Connecticut Insurance, license number 4628409. The firms are separate entities. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company and are not offered by Jabez Financial, LLC. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties. Jabez Financial, LLC is not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if Jabez Financial, LLC is licensed in your state, please call 860-390-0093.